Good afternoon, everybody. Russ Lewis here in the KHOU newsroom. Welcome to everybody watching on all of our digital platforms here on a Thursday afternoon. We're glad you're with us, following a lot of very interesting stories here this afternoon. One that you're clicking on big time on our website. A lot of people loving this. Toys R Us is coming back, but in a very limited way. Here's the cool part, though. They're only going to open 2 new stores in the entire country, but one of them is going to be right here in Houston. How about that? The other one I think is in New Jersey. So Houston gets one of the 2 Toys R Us stores. Here's what we know so far this afternoon, and we've been working on this, trying to get details. We know it's going to be in the Galleria somewhere. We know it's going to be a smaller store. It's not going to be a standalone mega Toys R Us that you were used to back in the day. So smaller, inside the mall. We don't know exactly where in the mall at Galleria it's going to be yet. We just know inside there somewhere. Melissa Correa has been working on this. She's trying to get answers. She just told me a few minutes ago she might be able to figure that out before we get on the air here on the TV side at 4 o'clock. So we'll look for that here in about an hour and 45 minutes to see if she's able to get a specific location. We do know it's going to open sometime in November, so in time for the holiday shopping season, which makes perfect sense, right? Because that's when toy stores make most of their money. Most stores make most of their money in the year is in that month or so between Thanksgiving and Christmas. So that's good news if you're, Toys R Us. If you grew up on Toys R Us, or you take your kids there, or you get that last minute birthday gift on the Saturday morning before the birthday party, right? We've all been there. You need something. You go by Toys R Us and pick it up on the way to the birthday party for one of your kids' friends. So I'm happy they're coming back. I don't know about you, but that's a cool thing from my childhood that I'll be happy to see again. Another thing from my childhood, and yours too probably, right? Most kids, they set up lemonade stands during the summer, make a little extra money. You've done that maybe. Well, one kid in Utah decided he was going to set up a ice cold beer stand, and he did it in front of a church. And maybe you're thinking, what was he thinking? Well, it turns out he's brilliant. Yes, police were called. Yes, they had to show up and investigate, and that's when they decided that this kid has a future. He was not selling ice cold beer. He was selling ice cold root beer. Yes, he just left out one key word. Got him a lot of free publicity though, and apparently business has been brisk for the root beer. He's selling a lot of it, so he did his job. His mom says, okay, when he gets back out there, maybe she'll make him put root into the sign there, so the police won't be called again. But he fooled all the adults who started calling police on this kid instead of stopping and just maybe asking, hey, what's up with the beer? You're 12. No, they called the police, and joke's on them, I guess, because he was selling root beer. All right, a lot of you also clicking on this story from Jeremy Rogowski. Boy, you're upset, and with good reason, right? You take the time to separate your recyclables and your trash. You put them in a different bin, so the recyclables go where they need to go and where you want them to go, and it turns out that they get dumped in the landfill with all your other trash. It's happening a lot in Houston. 2.6 million pounds of recyclables in the landfill. And Jeremy, he broke this story, 3 months ago in April, talking about how the city was doing this. The city has a state-of-the-art recycling facility that it's open to process all this stuff. Still, a lot of it going to the dump. And even after Jeremy broke his story and confronted city leaders, and they said it wasn't going to happen anymore, well, he's been digging into the numbers just in the last day or two, and guess what? It's still happening. Maybe not as often as it once was, but a lot of loads are still going to the dump with recyclables in them. So Jeremy continues to confront city leaders about that to find out when that issue will be resolved. There is an audit underway, he found out, at the Solid Waste Department, due to be finished here in a couple of weeks, that the Solid Waste Director says will reveal the extent of the problem and hopefully find a way out of it and some solutions to keep this from happening. But for right now, Jeremy Rogowski with our KHOU 11 Investigates team has found out it's still going on here in Houston, and a lot of you are upset about that. All right, let's talk about the weather real quickly here. Erica Lopez is knee-deep right now in a promo shoot with our marketing department. I'll just let you in behind the scenes here. That's what she's doing, and that's why she's not here talking about the weather. But she asked me to send this along to you today. It's hot out there. How about that? Heat index 102 to 108 in a lot of places today. But what she's going to be talking about today at 4 o'clock on our TV side is about this low pressure system that's starting to move our way, and a couple of things it's going to do for the weekend here. It's going to lower our temps. It's also going to increase the chances of rain which I think will be welcomed at this point, right? After all these hot days. So lower temps and increased rain chances coming our way sometime Saturday, it looks like, but certainly into Sunday and next week as well. So that's good news if you're looking for a little relief from the heat. We don't want a lot of rain, right? Just enough to, you know, keep the grass alive and cool us off a little bit. So she'll have more on that coming up on the 411. That's coming up in about 90 minutes at 4 o'clock on the TV side. Reka and I will be there as well. So we hope to see you then, 4 o'clock. Until then, have a good afternoon, everybody. We'll see you soon.